Hey everybody, this is 311 Griffin, and I'm here with Crystal Heart 100. Say hi.
Hi.
And it's been a while since we've done a video, but we also started doing videos about lesser known tabletop games and card games, and this is one that I thought was going to be a terrible game, and I got this for Christmas a couple of years ago, and it's turned out to be a really, really awesome game. Don't you agree?
Yes.
We've had a lot of fun with it. It's called Love Letter, as you can see, and it looks really girly. But it's a super fun game, and we're not necessarily going to go through all of this, but basically the idea is there's sort of a story behind it, and it talks about it in the pamphlet and all this stuff. But you can play it with 2 people up to I don't remember, some higher number of people. I don't really remember. We never play it. We've played it with up to 4 people. 2-player games, and there's a little bit of different rules for you can play up to 4 players, I guess. You could probably arrange to play with more players, but there's different rules if you're playing with 2 versus more than 2. And there's different numbers of tokens that you can earn, depending on how many players there are. We're missing a token, I believe, but you can still play it with missing tokens. It wasn't you? It was probably me. But the idea is there's all these numbered cards, and each card has a certain power or what would you call that? A task?
Like, that you have to do it?
That you have to do, yeah. Like, each one has something that occurs when you play that card. And the basic idea is you shuffle the cards up, and we'll run through a round real quick. But the beauty of it is it can go super fast. The games can go super fast and super quick, and sometimes a round will last a long time, and sometimes or a game will last a long time. Sometimes it'll not last that long. I think our games have lasted anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, probably.
Like fully?
Full game, okay. Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
No more than 30 minutes. So if you're playing a 2-player game, no matter what, you always deal 1 card out face down. And this is not our normal setup. But then you flip 3 cards over. Now in more than 2 players, you don't flip 3 cards over. Then each player gets 1 card, and the person who has been on a date most recently goes first, and that had better be me. Is that me? That's me? Yeah, that's me. So I would go first. So I'm going to look at my card. And I have this card. Now the object is to have the highest ranked card. This number. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Did I show you? Okay. Hopefully, this is why I don't live stream. Because then you could be watching on my channel and you'd see it. So now I draw a card because you have to play one. So now I have these 2 cards, and there's a pretty good chance, maybe, that I know for a fact this round is now going to go really quickly.
Oh, darn it.
Because this card, if I play it, the action takes effect, and it is to compare cards with the other player, and whoever has the highest card wins. So I play that, so then we both throw ours down. I have the Countess, she has the guard, so I win a token, and we start over. That's how fast the rounds can go. Do you want in?
Yeah.
I also have Bullseye here from Bullseye's Gaming. So we'll show them a 3-person round.
That makes it better.
Yeah. So we still, you want to go over there? Yeah, you can move stuff. So we still we place 1 out, and then everybody gets a card.
Oh, wow.
And this comes into play for later on. So again, if we're starting a new round, the person who's been on a date first goes first, which is not you either. It's definitely me. Once you play around, whoever won the last round goes first. So I'm going to draw a card, and this is a very bad combination because you really want this card, but you don't want this card. Maybe I should explain the cards better. Anyway, I'm going to play this one. Trade hands with another player of your choice. I'm going to pick Crystal Heart 100.
Wait, maybe.
So now it is. We'll go this direction. So it's Bullseye's turn. So he'll draw a card. After this round, we'll show what the cards are.
No.
Here, let's get this on screen. So that is a priest, and that is look at another player's hand.
I already know what her card is, so I'm gonna choose you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
That
it's
helped me so much.
Crystal's turn to go. And
Wait, can I show what I have?
yeah, I already know. Well, you can. Yeah, I see it on the screen anyway. So that's a great combo.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah. So lay it down. No. You got to pick somebody since there's a 3-person
Oh,
game.
I do?
Yeah.
Who do I want? I know what he has.
Yeah. So you can get somebody out pretty easily. If it's a 2-player game, both players just lay their cards down.
Bullseye.
Don't show me. You knew you were out though. Okay. Don't show me, even though I know,
What?
because you and I are still in the game.
Oh.
We play so many
Yeah, I forgot.
we play so many 2-player games that. So now you're gonna lose
Darn it! No, no.
because the guard lets you name a card that somebody has, and if you get it right, they have to lay their card down,
And they can't
And
name
they're out.
another guard.
and you can't name another guard. That's right. So you have the princess.
Yeah.
So let's go through this real quick because some of this isn't making sense.
Yeah, I forgot.
Number 1 is the guard. So you name a non-guard card and choose another player. If that player has that card, he or she is out of the round. So here's the priest. The priest, if you play it, you look at another player's hand, one other player. Okay? Baron, you and another player secretly compare hands. The player with the lower value is out of the round. All right? The handmaiden protects you for 1 round. So until your next turn, ignore all effects from other players' cards. You have a prince. If you play the prince, you choose any player, including yourself, to discard his or her hand and draw a new card. I don't think we've ever played that where anybody has chosen themselves. And this one, well, we'll get to that. So with the king, you trade hands with another player of your choice. The countess is an interesting one because all the other cards are things that happen if you play that card. The countess says if you have this card and the king or prince in your hand, you must discard this card. So this card doesn't really do anything to any other players except give them some hints about what cards you have. And it means that you can't, if you get a 6 or a 5 and you have this in your hand, you're going to lose this, which is kind of a bummer, but it's kind of an interesting thing. And finally, the princess. This is the card you want, but it's problematic because if you discard the princess, you're out of the round. Which means if you have the princess early in the round and somebody guesses that you have the princess with the guard, you're going to be out. If they if you get this and you get to trade it away, that's sometimes good and sometimes bad.
It's usually bad.
If somebody plays this guy and you discard it, you're immediately out. If they play this and point to you and you have the princess in your hand, you're immediately out. So hopefully that made sense. And like I said, it can be pretty fast. I think we've had some rounds where we go to the very end, the very last card.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, we've had a lot of rounds where they're done and the first player plays a card and it's over.
And every time you win, you get a token.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's 2 players, your goal is to get 7 tokens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember 3.
Basically, it's set up to where
There's 13 tokens.
there's 13 tokens, and once you get more tokens than any other player can mathematically get, then the game is over. The card that we that we lay down at the beginning is only there in case there are no more cards in the draw pile and somebody plays the prince. And at that point, if they play the prince and let's say I have this card, I discard this and its effect is not put into play, and then I draw this card and then we compare hands and see who has the highest number card. So that's the only time that first dealt card comes into play. So, you enjoy this game?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a girly game?
Yes.
But it's enjoyable anyway?
Yes.
And you enjoy this game.
Yes.
It's turned into one of our favorite games. We've
It's quick.
played a lot of Dominion. I think that's one of our other favorite games, which we'll talk about maybe one of these days. But this game is so fast. We even got Mom to play, and she never plays games with us.
We did a tournament on this one too.
We did a tournament. That's right.
And I won.
Barely,
You don't-
because I made a mistake.
You don't have to keep putting both of your thumbs in the video.
I think they like my thumbs though.
Thumbs. Okay, so how many thumbs out of 6 thumbs do we give this game? Okay, so just for comparison, because we didn't do this on That's Not Santa, how many thumbs do we give That's Not Santa?
What?
I give it 1. So it gets a total of 4. So you really liked that,
Yes,
that
I
game? It
love
was a
That's
fun
Not
game.
Santa.
It's a fun game. It's not as well fleshed out as this game.
The
It's
baby one's so cute.
not. No, he's not. He's creepy.
I know.
Creepy baby Santa. So that is that. I don't think there's anything else to say about Love Letter.
Well, there's cards that say like how many there are, and like
Yeah, true. And there's some nuances to the
Yeah.
rules that you can really get into. I can't remember if we ever got into any weird, nuanced parts of the game, but I think there are a couple situations you can get into where it's sort of like, what do I do then? I can't remember what they are though. But anyway, one thing to keep in mind that we didn't talk about, these stars right here are how many of that card are in the pack, and that's very handy whenever you're playing the guard or you're trying to figure out what other people have. So you can look out on the table and figure out.
What the last few cards are in,
Yeah.
so you have a higher possibility.
Yeah. And another thing is, if there is a tie, like let's say 2 people are playing and they both wind up with a guard for some silly reason, or they both wind up with a handmaid, then you've got your cards that you've played throughout the game lined up, and whoever has the most, if you add all up the points, whoever has the
That's
most wins. And I don't know if it's in the official rules, but we play it that if you have to discard one without playing it, you set it aside and that doesn't count. I think that's in the official rules.
I'm not sure.
Did you have something else you were going to add? You looked like you were
No.
thought of something I forgot, which is pretty common. But okay, I think that's it. We don't need to make it an overly long video.
Yeah,
Should-
let's do it.
Should we do Dominion next time?
Yes.
Dominion's really fun. That's going to be a long video though.
I'm probably gonna think of another game to do too.
Yeah. Bullseye wants to put his thumbs in. Thanks for watching. Check out Crystal Heart 100 if you like weird girly videos
It's
and
not
science.
girly
and
and
science
math.
and math. Check out Bullseye if you want to watch stupid Fortnite videos.
Yeah, exactly.
But you guys like that. I know you do.